Welcome to the Gibson Class of 2020 graduation. I'm Nathan Graham, a proud graduating senior, and it is my honor to welcome you all to our graduation ceremony. Thank you to the school board, district staff, Gibson staff, parents, families, and of course, to the founding class of Gibson, the class of 2020. Gibson has had a tremendous impact on me during my high school years. The last 4 years have been by far the most fulfilling years I've ever had as a student. I want to express my deep appreciation for the support of all the Gibson staff, and especially Julia, for treating me with such kindness and respect. And now I would like to introduce Tegan Surveys.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave.
Thank you to all of you for joining us to honor and celebrate our graduates and for contributing to the lives of Gibson-X class of 2020. I want to start by thanking Superintendent Thiele, Issaquah School Board, district staff, Gibson-X staff, and parents for believing in the work that we are doing. Your support, guidance, and trust have moved us to become the school that we are today. To our seniors, I am thankful for each and every one of you. We've given you so many challenges over the years, but none of us would have ever imagined where we are today. As you have done with every challenge in front of you over the last 4 years, you have carried on with flexibility and grace. As I wrote in a recent letter to you, I have never heard you complain about anything. That's hard to believe considering all that we've been through. Rather than complain, you listen. You are problem solvers, innovators, creative thinkers, and are thoughtful members of your advisories. You ask questions, you seek to understand, you see the good in people, and you have made countless contributions to our community. When the vision for Gibson-X was just emerging, the words of Kobe Yamada were one of the first moments of inspiration for me. From his book, What Do You Do With an Idea?, I was reminded about the importance of welcoming ideas, giving them space to grow, and then seeing what can happen next. Seeing how far that we've come since our opening, it seems that on our first day, Gibson-X was still just an idea. And in many ways it was. It was an idea for how school can provide students a place to thrive, to find learning relevant, and to have a voice in their education. What we didn't have before September 1st, 2016, was all of you who would bring your uniqueness, your passion, your experiences, and of course your attitudes, the good ones and the bad ones. Since you joined us in 2016, we have continued to grow, and that is exactly what we'd hoped for. While finishing your senior projects this last month, one of you shared an article with me about how nothing great emerges fully formed. All of you who are here today understood that joining Gibson Neck was part of that journey to create something great along the way. Starting the first week of school, you transformed a storage space into a recording studio, and then you moved it to an old locker room. You saw dirt and built a chicken coop. You designed and planted a garden and built a greenhouse almost single-handedly. You reimagined blank spaces and turned them into places for gathering and for inspiration. You've taken a concern for rural mental health and created a network for group therapy resources. You've worked a passion for cosplay and costuming into a custom clothing line, and you created a 3D printing den from an old wood shop. You've led the way for a mastery transcript that will one day be used by thousands of students to spotlight the individual strengths of all graduates. But more than anything, you have created a community. No matter how many books I've read, how many videos I've watched, or how many schools I've visited, the answers for how to design a school that inspires creativity, embraces our quirkiness, or captures our brilliant ideas is always right in front of us. It is within you, the youth that our schools serve. It was in you, the class of 2020, and it will continue to be in the future graduates of Gibson Neck because of you. Gibson Neck gave you space to grow. Now that you're graduating, I can't wait to see what happens next for you. Your ideas are just beginning. As your ideas have laid the foundation for future students of Gibson Neck, I believe that we have provided you the foundation for your future. A future of innovation, of social responsibility, and the ability to love your community. Thank you for making Gibson Neck the school that it is today. We continue to stay committed to transforming the future of education. While we are just one idea, we are an idea that does make a difference in the lives of our young people because of you, the class of 2020. Now, I would like to introduce a woman with the biggest heart. She knew your names, faces, and stories before you even started at Gibson Neck. We cheered together each time we received one of your notices that you'd accepted admission. She is Gibson Neck's biggest fan and adores the class of 2020. Please welcome Patty Hannon.
Hello, Gibson Neck High School class of 2020, families, friends, and coworkers. I would like to thank you, class of 2020, for choosing me as the staff speaker. I am truly honored. I have been with you for 4 years, and I have seen growth and maturity in each and every one of you. Now I'd like to share one of my favorite sayings. Yesterday is gone, it's history. Tomorrow is unknown, it's the future. But today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. All of your yesterdays have become part of your blueprint, part of what makes you you. Your blueprint of yourself will always be evolving, changing, and growing, and unique. Blueprints are best built on strong foundations. Please take a moment to high five or hug your parents and thank them for giving you a strong foundation to build your blueprint on. Thank you, parents. Part of your blueprint changed when you chose Gibson Neck High School. You took charge of your education and a whole new definition of high school. Big picture in Blaze, Alex, online classes, foreign language, Bellevue College, D-Labs, content time, advisories, leveling up, dashboard, and all school meetings. You created, you volunteered, you interned, you stressed out over your exhibitions. You signed in and out on an iPad app designed by one of your classmates. Sometimes you left early or came back late from lunch, thinking no one had noticed. I noticed. You used your voice and you strengthened your ever-evolving blueprint. Learn from your mistakes and successes. Look to your future and dream. Then look to today, the present, and be grateful for all that you have. If you let the good outweigh the bad, you will always be grateful and positive. Sure, there will be times ahead when you aren't sure of your direction. You may want to revise your blueprint or rearrange your plans. That's okay. Nothing remains constant except change, and change is what will make you resilient. Wherever you go, whatever you do, Gibson Eck will be part of your history, part of your blueprint. Embrace all that life has to offer. Learn, live, love, and grow. There is no better time to start your future than the present. Best of luck to each and every one of you, and SF, safety first.
Thank you, Patty. Now, Sydney Mullings and directors of the board. It is with pride and pleasure that I certify that the students of the class of 2020 have met the requirements for graduation as set forth by the Issaquah School Board. Please welcome Sydney Mullings from the Issaquah School Board of Directors to accept Gibson Eck's class of 2020.
Hello, Gibson Eck, class of 2020. Congratulations on this fantastic milestone. I am Sydney Mullings, one of your school board directors. In preparation for speaking to you today, I listened to several commencement speeches. I heard messages delivered to college and high school classes graduating this year. I even read articles about this topic, all to capture the right sentiment to share for this auspicious occasion during these unprecedented times. I finally came across something that captured what I wanted to share and quickly jotted it down. With my starter quote selected, I rushed back to my next conference call while trying to calculate just how many hours of Xbox my fourth grader had played because I needed to complete just one more meeting. All while wondering when, if ever, my 14-year-old would be waking up for the day. Sleeping in has definitely become her favorite thing during this time of remote learning. At some point, in trying to help my son with his opinion paper, Why Kobe Bryant is Better Than Michael Jordan, a position that was quickly disproved with a little research, I was back to thinking about this speech. I had to track back through all of the note pages on and around my very small desk in the workspace that I now share with my equally busy wife. After digging through piles of sticky notes and printouts turned to notepaper and random elementary and middle school assignments, I found it. No graduating class gets to choose the world into which it graduates. This definitely captured the spirit. Of course, I then had to figure out where I read it, which led to more research. Turns out it was a tweet. While an unexpected source, I decided to go with it. So why do I tell you this whole crazy story about my home and work melding and things being a bit of disarray? I tell you this story because these are unusual times for you and for me and for all those around us. In this historic period, you have experienced remote learning, distancing from your peers, concentrated family time, maybe even more time alone. And you still completed the outstanding feat of graduating from high school. While the world may feel a little disconcerting, there is great opportunity. Change and disruption always make space for creativity, something I know this group possesses in large quantities. Critical skills are developed in times like these, and 3 that you all now possess are flexibility, navigating ambiguity, and resourcefulness. Life is going to be full of twists and turns, and you will always be presented with uncertain circumstances and days where you will not know what to do next. With the practice you had this year, you will be ready when these occasions arise. Real-world application is what you're good at here at Gibson Eck. You will be ready. You are ready. These skills, flexibility, navigating ambiguity, and resourcefulness are your superpowers. Embrace them. No graduating class gets to choose the world that they graduate into, but this graduating class is ready to make great impacts in the world. I'm excited to see what you will do with this great opportunity. I celebrate you today. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I accept Principal Bamba's verification that these Gibson Eck high school students have met the requirements set forth by the Board of Directors of the Issaquah School District and the state of Washington. They are officially accepted as the Gibson Eck high school graduating class of 2020. Congratulations.
Thank you, Director Mullings. And please welcome our student speaker, Em Haynes.
Hey there, Gibson Eck. This isn't the way I thought I'd be speaking to you at the end of the year, but I'm so happy to see all of you anyway. I have to say, I think we let our senior prank get a little bit out of hand. When we said go big or go home, I didn't think we'd pick the option that sent us all home, but hey, we're an innovative high school. This will be one for the books. There are so many words I could use to describe our time at Gibson Eck. It was unique, eye-opening, sometimes a little messy, and always something that we'll probably never experience again. But the best part was having this amazing community to share it with, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I know that the class of 2020 will go off to do all of their own amazing, crazy things, but we already have one under our belt. We helped this crazy, unique high school get off the ground, and it's going to help so many students for years and years to come. I want to give a special thanks to my advisors, Tonya in my 101-201 year, and Lena in my 301-401 year. I learned so much from the two of you. As you know, I'm so grateful for everything you taught me, but I've also learned things from every student, staff member, volunteer that's ever come through Gibson Eck, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. In closing, the future is always uncertain, but even in a time like this, I have no doubts that the class of 2020 will go on to do such amazing things. Go Griffins!
Thank you, Em. Each of our advisors will now say a few words about each of their graduating seniors.
Hi, my name is Lizzie and I like blood. These are the words of Lizzie's autobiography that she has written for us at Gibson Eck. Lizzie, your ambition to be an RN has held steadfast for these last 4 years, and I wish you the best of luck as you go on and pursue your ambition. Kieran, when we first met, you were interested in fireworks and lighting things on fire. And hopefully, through our interaction, that hasn't gone away. But you have evolved beyond that into someone who is interested in VR, who briefly took an internship in the shop and has shown a great aptitude for graphic design. I hope that you continue to take your multitude of interests and use them for future success. Good luck, and from everyone at Gibson Eck, thank you. Hey Nate, when we first met, when you wanted to join my advisory, you told me that you couldn't do science. Boy, have you proved yourself wrong. You have worked hard, diligently, and shown your ability to not only do science, but to do any manner of things that you put your mind to. I know that no matter what you decide to do post-graduation, you will succeed at it all. I wish you the best of luck, and it's been a pleasure working with you. Thank you. Marion, your working with children has been an inspiration to us all. You've done a wonderful job being a kind, compassionate human being who has left a lasting impression in everyone you've worked with. From everyone at Gibson Eck and from myself personally, I want to wish you the best of luck in your pursuit of your speech pathology degree. Sydney, you have always been helpful through this 4-year-long journey, and every time I've needed help in developing curriculum or working with the advisory, you've been there to help. And for that, thank you. I wish you all the best in your pursuit of your biology degree at UC Davis.
Brooklyn. So I'm riding the school bus to the Pickering barn on our first day together as staff and students, and Brooklyn gets on the bus, sits down next to me and says, "Hi, I'm Brooklyn," and proceeds to carry on a conversation with me. There aren't too many 8th graders who would be willing to strike up a conversation with an adult in that moment. Brooklyn was excited, sarcastic, humorous, witty, and when it came time to choose students for our advisory, Brooklyn was the only student from that day that I picked. And it turns out Brooklyn picked me too. And I'm so happy it turned out that way. Each and every day, Brooklyn has shown up in our advisory, and she is a source of positivity and happiness for the people in our advisory. Even those days when you could tell that she didn't have it, she would set herself and commit herself to being a positive influence for the people around her. As a side note, if you ever need any tips for the sock market, Brooklyn's your girl. Thank you, Brooklyn. Thank you for everything. From day one at Gibson Eck, Megan established herself as a leader in our advisory and in our school. Megan is always one who's willing to step in and to step up and to offer assistance. She's very much in tune with the people around her, and never hesitates to lend a hand or to pull someone aside after a conversation and offer her support. Even for me, Megan has taken the opportunity that Gibson Eck has provided, and through hard work, perseverance, and maybe just a little bit of stubbornness, Megan has been able to integrate herself into the local music scene, something she plans to follow when she leaves Gibson Eck. And I just want to thank Megan for your hard work and your kindness. Thank you, Megan. Jared versus Dimitri in the tech space, exploration time, be there or be square. I think Andy McDonald and I spent about an hour every day mediating a turf war unlike any you've ever seen. At least it felt like an hour. Some days it was. When I think about how far Dimitri has come in the last 4 years, just on a personal level, I can't help but smile. But his story isn't one just of personal growth, but of his intellectual curiosity. He wants to take things apart and put them back together, mostly. He wants to understand why things work or how things work. And he has just a strong desire not only to figure out how something works, but to use his knowledge to help other people. Dimitri has come so far, and I just want him to buy me a copy of Wired magazine when he's on the cover. Thanks, Dimitri. Perseverance. When I think about Catherine's experience, that's the first word that comes to mind. She's faced more than her fair share of adversity, and through that, she's come out on the other side and is a shoo-in for the Gibson Eck Hall of Fame. Catherine's internship at Malem, an architecture firm in Seattle, started in March of her freshman year and ran through up until the closure, a benchmark that I think is going to be pretty hard to beat. But her internship isn't a story just of longevity, but of impact. You can see Catherine's bio on Malem's website. You can see the impact that she's had through her design work at the Northwest Kidney Center Rainier Beach location. And you can also see her work at Queen Anne Elementary. And Catherine, I hope you're proud of all that you accomplished. I know that I am.
Ballin. Some people march to the beat of their own drummer, not Ballin. He kicked out the drummer and dances to a shredding guitar riff. Most teenagers dream of driving a car. Ballin's gonna ride a bike. Ballin duct taped the Aussie flag up in our advisory before we even had an American flag. I think it's actually higher than the American flag, which is technically not legal, which makes Ballin grin. Small, harmless acts of defiance is a very Ballin thing. Ballin is caring and compassionate. Ballin wants to do what's best for our community, our planet, and is an overall good person. As he readies for a move to Flagstaff after graduation, I wish him the best as he heads out into the desert to find himself. A walkabout? Sorry, I couldn't resist. Congratulations, Ballin Andrews. Chiana. Chiana is probably tired of people referring to her as creative. She is unbound by conformity and expectation, though. To me, the most admirable character trait that Chiana possesses is her drive and determination. Anyone who has seen the garments she has created or the props she has crafted knows that Chiana's attention to detail and endurance of tedium is unmatched. It is an admirable trait that will take her to the top of her field. The results of her determination and shunning the standard is phenomenal. She is truly a person who stands out and rises to the top. For the only one who asked me if they could design their own graduation gown, congratulations, you've graduated, Chiana Clements. Ian Hutchinson. After Ian's first exhibition his freshman year, I was lost. He was doing work that was so far out of my box that I didn't have any idea what to do with it or what to make of it. Another staff member on his panel said, "This is the type of kid who builds a nuclear reactor in his basement for his senior project." That set the stage for the next 4 years. There were points where Ian could have been reading the Jabberwocky and it would have made as much sense as his project description did, as far as I was concerned. Thankfully, he had some stellar internships with companies like Groupon and GoDaddy that helped me understand just how relevant and impressive his work was. He's constantly impressed anyone who has come to know him and his work. Musically talented, fantastic sense of humor, amazing robotics teammate, computer whiz, kind heart. You will be a fine ambassador for Gibsonet going forward. Congratulations, Ian Hutchinson. Jamie Caspers. I can still vividly recall the first day of school with Jamie Caspers. I was sure I was in for it, and Jamie delivered on many occasions. Jamie walked in, sat off to the side, refused to work with other people, and was reluctant to comply with some very simple instructions. With a look that said, "Do you really think I'm going to do that?" Well, not much has changed, except that everything's changed. Jamie is still Jamie, but with a more mature sense. As an educator, Jamie has challenged me and pushed me and made me a better person overall. I have become better at everything I do as a result of our work together. By the end of high school, Jamie was outgoing, practically holding court with underclassmen, pushing them to get to work, and sharing her wisdom. For all that work, you get a piece of paper. It's a very important piece of paper, though. We're so proud of you, Jamie Caspers. Melissa Liu. Melissa Liu is like water. I cannot recall who I stole that metaphor from, but it fits Melissa so well. Melissa is continuously moving. She always knows where her destination is, and although she may not be moving in the direction that she wants to go, she's always adjusting and shifting and continuously headed downhill. When the landscape flattens, her pace slows, and when the path is clear, it's best to just stand nearby, admire, and get out of the way. There were plenty of days where my check-ins with Melissa were limited to her informing me that she has so much that she can't wait to tell me later. I had to wait until the river slowed so that I could catch up with her and hear about her amazing adventures and everything that she'd learned. Melissa took advantage of every opportunity available to her at Gibsonet. Graduation was well earned for you, Melissa Liu. Congratulations. Justin Scoggins. I am so proud of Justin Scoggins. He has done some fantastic work in his time at Gibsonet. He has such a kind heart, and he's so thoughtful. Justin showed up early on with claims that he didn't really do school much. By the time he left, he saw himself as someone capable of being a lab scientist, conducting experiments, and exceeding at the next level of academics. His senior project was aimed at helping save lives and improve the quality of life for people he doesn't even know. He contacted and worked with the King County Health Department and Harborview Medical Center. His success photos are doctors wearing buttons that he created. Congratulations, you did it, Justin Scoggins, and you're leaving this school a better place. Natalie Zurcher. Natalie, we are going to miss you. Your level head and thoughtful nature helped ground a lot of discussions in our advisory, especially when they became a little bit heated. Your empathy for others helps you navigate situations with compassion and thoughtfulness. Many people may not be aware of how much you've contributed to our school. Dances, fundraisers, spirit events, prom. Sorry if that's a little touchy subject. You never ask for recognition. And when recognition is given, you downplay your role and quickly change the subject. You're a wonderful baker, and your random acts of bringing goodies will be greatly missed. Congratulations, Natalie Zurcher. You made it.
Robert Ashby is an old soul. He's a calm word in a chaotic world. He's a pragmatic thinker. He's a leader in our advisory, and he's been a friend to me for so many years. Robert, thank you from the bottom of my heart for sticking up for what is right, for helping out every morning in advisory, and for being really dependable. The best example I can give about Robert, for those of you that haven't heard this story, is the one day this year when he packed his big Safeway bag for lunch and unpacked a Monster Energy drink, I think it was a bag of Cheetos, and then some sort of vegan hummus wrap. And that just really, to me, signifies Robert. He's at this crossroads of this crazy teenager graduating high school and then this really intellectual, intelligent, mature young man starting Western Washington University in the fall. Good luck, Robert. I can't tell you how much I'm going to miss you. I have known Emily since she was 13 years old, and it has been a pleasure to watch her mature as a person and as a thinker. She's brilliant, she's intuitive, she's creative, she's passionate, and she succeeds at every single thing she sets her mind to. Em, I know it hasn't always been easy, but you've done it, and you're gonna have the most amazing time in college and in the rest of your life, and I am so proud of you. I'm gonna miss you, kiddo. For those of you that don't know Nick Langrock, though I'm betting you all do, you should know that he is one of the nicest, kindest, most thoughtful, caring, and funniest souls out there. And in the crazy world we live in, those attributes are hugely needed. Nick is going to Western Washington University in the fall, and I couldn't be more excited for him. He's going to have the time of his life. Nick, thank you for always bringing a smile into advisory, for always being polite and kind, and for always having my back. I'm gonna miss you, buddy. My first memory of Natalie was in a letter she wrote me. The letter was before the first day of school at Gibson. It was before the pizza party. It was before I had even met her. In that letter, I learned that she's fiery and passionate and brilliant and mature and confident and sometimes even a little stubborn. Natalie, thank you for becoming a leader at our school, a leader in ASB, a leader in robotics, and most recently in the big picture community. Natalie is attending Western Washington University in the fall, and I couldn't be more proud of her. Natalie, thank you for your friendship, and good luck. I will always remember Amy as the young 9th grader, nervous to participate in advisory, scared of bugs flying around in the room, and the girl that couldn't find Front Street. But now, Amy has matured into an incredible human being. She's one of the smartest people I've ever met. Not just academically, but emotionally as well. She cares about her friends, she cares about our world, she cares about her future, and she cares about our school. Amy is attending the college of her dreams this fall at Harvey Mudd, and they are one lucky university. Amy, kick butt in everything you do, and don't forget to try new foods, and stay in touch with those of us back here in Issaquah. Bye, kiddo.
Antonio, I'm so proud of you in the work that you put in. You are graduating. It seems like 4 years ago. Your freshman year was a long time ago. But I think during that time you have learned so much about who you are and the best way for you to learn. I really thank you for all the hard work and the time that you spent and the respect you gave me in advisory. You're an amazing kid, and I can't wait to see where you're going to go, because you're going to do what you want to do and do it in a successful way. Congratulations. Madeline, I'm going to miss you so much next year. I know we have kids that will be able to step into your role, but you've really been there for me for those times and being a voice in advisory. I really appreciate that. I'm always impressed of how hard you are, like always persevering to make yourself better and being able to flow through the world. And I will take that, because you have taught that to me, that I need to keep persevering too. I think you're an incredible person, and I wish you all the luck. I know you're going to go like amazing places because of that brain of yours. You're incredibly smart, and I wish you all the luck, and I'm really going to miss you next year. Sebastian, what a journey you have had through Gibson Eck. I am so incredibly proud of what you have done and what you have accomplished, and how you have your eyes set on what you want to do in the future. I think out of all my kids, you went through the biggest struggle, and you came out on that other side an incredible person who has taken the command of his life. And I wish you all the luck in the world. I'm going to miss you so much, but I know you're going to go on to great things. Congratulations. Cascade, you may be one of the coolest kids I've ever met. You definitely are a leader in your quiet, cool way that you do. I'm really proud of you. I know you had struggles at times during your 4 years at Gibson Eck, but you really pushed through and figured out how to land on your feet on the other side. Thank you for all the hard work that you've done. I'm really going to miss you. But I also cannot wait to see what you're going to do in your life, because you are so incredibly talented. And I know the right people are going to pick you up, and off you'll be. Thank you and congratulations. And I'm really going to miss you so much.
You'd be hard-pressed to find a more caring individual than Emily. You can see this in the way she pushes her friends to achieve all they can, and in the fiery way she speaks when advocating for environmental or social issues that she feels strongly about. Add to that Emily is an inherently creative soul, and you've got an unstoppable combo. After graduation, Emily will be working at Deerfield Farms while continuing to hone her skills and explore her interests. Emily, you are a force for good. I hope you take your passion and creativity with you in everything that you do. Congratulations. We've all come across a lot of people who are all talk, no action. This is an M. M is all talk, all action, all the time. She envisions the best way to get something done, and she goes out and does it. Her advocacy knows no bounds, as she has run classes teaching people about the political process, has registered people to vote, and has even run her own political campaign, all while in high school. Her passion for bettering the world is truly a remarkable thing to behold, and I know she is going to leverage that to do amazing things. This summer, Em will be working as a field director, and then in the fall, she'll be attending Evergreen College in Olympia, Washington. Em, I am so incredibly proud of you, and I can't wait to hear all about your adventures in Olympia. Of all the substitute teachers our advisory had this year, you were definitely my favorite. The first thing you learn about Sophia is that she loves horses a lot. I mean, seriously, she can tell you about the anatomy of a hoof without taking a breath. It's incredible. It's the same energy and passion that she channels into being a fierce defender of the people she loves and the things she cares about. Sophia has a natural charisma and creativity that she brings to whatever she does, whether it's teaching people about horses or crafting a novel. Sophia, I am so proud of you, and in the words of Jin from BTS, your presence can bring happiness. I hope you remember that. Bella is always striving to better herself. Just as she meets one goal, she's already working on the next. On top of that, Bella doesn't take half measures to meet these goals, even if that means calling the office of a well-known baseball coach and being put on hold for forever in order to try to get an interview. Bella channels this energy into her passion for science, specifically marine biology, which inspired her senior project that explored how to grapple with pollution in water sources. In the fall, Bella will be attending Bellevue College to work on her prerequisites for general biology and business administration. Bella, I know you can be your own biggest critic, but don't forget that sometimes you need to be your own biggest fan. Congratulations, you did it. My favorite story about Mira is from one of her exhibitions last year. She was explaining the complicated cycle of nitrites and nitrates in a fish tank, and seeing some confused faces, she immediately stopped using scientific jargon and proceeded to draw an adorable cartoon diagram of the cycle on the whiteboard. It was a huge hit. And I really think this story exemplifies who she is as a person. She is quick thinking, creative, and charismatic. I believe these three qualities will take her wherever she wants to be. Mira, congratulations and good luck next year. Andy is seriously one of the kindest people you will ever meet. He's always the first to greet you and ask how your day is going, and he loves to bring a smile to your face with his latest joke. Andy is also incredibly multifaceted. He enjoys working with technology as much as he does creating music. This upcoming fall, Andy will study computer science and engineering at Santa Clara University in California. Andy, good luck in college, and I hope you find the answer to the age-old question, do police officers play bass?
Carly is intelligent and inquisitive. She's gifted with innate and wide-ranging abilities like being a witty vocabulary giant, excellent at languages, passionate about cultures, good at math, and possessing business savvy. Those are just a few of the ways in which her wicked smarts show up. She's also competitive in a non-obnoxious way, making her just the person that you want to have on your super fight team. Carly has helped me in 1,000 ways in advisory, and I've relied upon her for far too long, probably. It's time for her to travel far and wide and learn and grow. Western Washington is lucky to have you, my dear. They will not know what hit them You go, girl. To talk about Eleanor is to talk about grit and determination. It's hard to see that because she exudes a groundedness that has a calming effect on everybody around her. So you don't really see the blood, sweat, and the tears. You just see something perfectly executed. However, no mountain is too high for Eleanor to climb. I've seen her climb these mountains over and over again. And once she's at the top, because she will get to the top, she'll then do something surprising like execute a perfect dive and win a state diving trophy or something like that. This is all wrapped up in a heart that is so kind that it will do things great and small to help others. I've seen that over and over again too. Eleanor is headed to the University of Washington, and we are so very proud of her. She's going to be really, really missed. I know it's time for you to spread your wings, and our best wishes go with you, Eleanor.
Blake is a steadfast friend, self-teacher, and epic drummer. He also doubles as a crotchety old man, but that's a story for another day. I've known Blake for 7 years. It has been quite the experience, but I am so glad that I got to be part of it and have no intention to stop. So what can I say? He's stuck with me. It's been lovely seeing Blake tackle challenges in robotics, learn everything there is to know about acoustics, and explore his interest in World War II. Most of all, I am so proud of the positive impression he made at his internships with the Center for Wooden Boats and the ISD Facilities Maintenance crew this year. Blake, I wish you the best in your next adventure. Oh, and did you hear Esteban's band has a new album coming out? I can't wait to hear it. Hashtag not alone official. Sam is Sam. There's really no one else quite like her. A unique unicorn through and through. This firecracker is not afraid to take risks, leap outside of the box, and create new ways of doing something, even when the directions had a very specific way in mind. She is a leader by nature and uses that gift within our advisory, as well as at camp in the summers. Senior year even included the two of us co-teaching a D-Lab. Sure, it was thwarted by a deadly pandemic or whatever, but that's not the point. Lady, it's been quite a ride. You've come a long way since being a whiny, high-pitched 6th grader, and let me tell you, I could not be more proud of the hard work you've put in over the last 2 years, even if it involved a lot of eye rolls on both of our parts. I hope your gap year is soul-fulfilling and you find a way to make a career out of being an epic Earth nerd. Que te vayas bien. Sammy is a brilliant, out-of-the-box thinker with creativity and wisdom beyond her years. It was a pleasure getting to know her, watch her overcome challenges, and persevere more than, well, anyone. The 4 years she spent designing, funding, and building the greenhouse is surely a testament to that. Beyond her work at Gibson, Sammy has also participated in programs off campus surrounding architecture, graphic design, and American Sign Language. Sammy, my biggest regret is that I don't get to keep you around long enough to finish the caterpillar on the blue room wall, but I can't wait to see the amazing things that come out of your time at Cornish. Congrats. You made it. Caitlin has a huge heart and cares deeply for those around her. You can tell in her day-to-day actions that she truly values friendship and is passionate about equality. She spends her summers as a camp counselor, her free time, caring for children and horses, and spends quality time at the Garage Teen Cafe. During her time at Gibson X, she worked with Bloodworks Northwest to host a blood drive and now hopes to become a nurse one day. I can't wait to see what the future holds for this young woman. Caitlin, I hope your next steps are full of life and motivation to follow your dreams. Best wishes, and good luck. Any teacher who has had the pleasure of having Tegan in their class can tell you that she is something special. She's kind, smart, driven, and exactly the name that you want to see on your roster in August. I've been lucky enough to have 3 such Augusts and have enjoyed almost every moment of watching an 11-year-old girl blossom into a fine young woman headed to Gonzaga in the fall. Her work surrounding the chickens, garden, and sustainability have been inspiring. I know that she has it in her to be a world changer. So Tegan, know that you can make a difference, that you will make a difference. And never forget that it's okay to make a mistake every once in a while. Give yourself the grace to do so. Can't wait to have a Spokane lunch with you soon. Mischief managed.
Coben, you have the gift of the gab. You could sell ice to the Eskimos, and you have the bubbly personality that says made for TV all over it. I suspect that in a few short years, I might find you on Netflix touring the homes of celebrities or down in the Hollywood Hills selling their mansions. I know that college will be important for the studying, but for you, just as important for the networking. And wherever this upward trajectory of life takes you, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a basketball hoop somewhere nearby. Good luck. I wish you all the best for the future. Jacob, you have spent the last few years knowing exactly where you want to head after graduating from Gibson Eck. You have consistently worked hard to make your dreams a reality, whether it's working on your physical fitness or whether it's working hard in your internship so you understand the roles and the careers that you're going into. Your single-minded determination is inspiring. Good luck in the next phase of your life. And thank you for serving your country. Nate, while you've always had a clear vision of what success looks like for you, you have always kept an open mind about how you will get there. You have used the opportunities afforded you at Gibson Eck to question the possibilities and live out your passions. I know that you will use college to dig deeper, to keep questioning. And whether your path to success is a meandering route or a more straightforward, direct path, I know that in the end, your hard work, determination, and dedication will mean that you realize your vision of success. I wish you all the luck in the world.
Congratulations, Gibson Eck's founding class, the class of 2020. You've made it. Now turn your tassels. We are so proud of you.